So this is going to be a playthrough of Spec Ops The Line on FUBAR difficulty. I'm going to keep in the cutscenes for anyone that hasn't played the game, so that way there isn't a huge, just random jump in action. If you prefer that I would cut them out, just let me know down in the comments down below. And with that, I will not talk during the cutscenes. So let's get into this. So this is going to be the first 3 missions, and then it's going to hit up to the start of the 4th mission, but that will be in a later video.
I see him.
So right now we're starting off, and we're just going to shoot down a bunch of helicopters with the biggest gun you can get in the early game, the minigun. So this part's pretty easy. It's kind of hard to fail. I don't think I've ever failed on this part, but I will say this though. You go dump stick, but man, such a shoot for the big part, because he can't shoot shit, neither can Adams, and he's got the biggest gun you can find. And I don't know how that works, but it seems like if you up the fucking difficulty, they're just as useless as an orangutan and country car. So, as you progress, this will get more and more difficult because the enemies are going to start getting harder and harder, and with your AI practically being no assistance, you are certain to die. So, with that being said, I don't know where to go from there. I cut out all my deaths, so if there's random jumps, that would be why. Is because I don't want you sitting through the same mission on rinse and repeat like 8 different times. And then we are getting to the end of the prologue. I might not spoil anything by saying anything.
Oh shit! That what I think it is? Yep.
But I will be going silent pretty quick because of that.
Now we guys on our ass. Then take us in. Into the storm? Are you nuts? Guess we'll find out.
Is John Conrad the greatest man I ever served with? Well, I don't know. There was this one time in Kabul when he dragged my bleeding carcass half a mile to an evac chopper. So maybe I'm biased. But the facts don't lie. The man's a fucking hero. Remember when the first storms hit Dubai? You're probably all safe and sound at home watching TV. Well, Conrad was leading the damn 33rd out of Afghanistan. Instead of coming home, he volunteered his entire battalion to help with the evac. But all you did was send a check. Rumor is Conrad was ordered to abandon the city. He defied that order, and the 33rd stood with him. Now, the official story's still hazy about what happened next. All we know for sure is that the storms got worse. Much worse. Last thing we heard out of Dubai was that Conrad was leading a caravan of survivors out of the city. That was 6 months ago. Then, 2 weeks ago, we picked up this transmission.
This is Colonel John Conrad, United States Army. Evacuation of Dubai ended in complete failure. Death toll, too many.
Hey, Cap! Captain Walker!
What is it, Lugo?
Got a situation, sir.
Mission critical?
No, sir.
Then take it up the chain, Sergeant.
Roger that. Lieutenant Adams.
I hear you, Sergeant. What's your status?
Status is chafed, sir.
You say chafe, Sergeant?
Yes, sir. A local airborne insurgency has infiltrated the U.S. zone designated as my pants. Sir.
Shut up, jackass.
Gentlemen, welcome to Dubai.
Yep. It's still dead.
Yet to be seen, Sergeant.
You got a lock on that transmission?
Yes, sir. About 800 yards away.
Then we're 800 yards away from seeing who's more full of shit. You or Intel?
Wow. If I wasn't a hardened killing machine, I might have hurt.
All right, remember this.
So now we're
place has
just
been
starting off the
designated no
playthrough,
man's land,
and then
which we're not supposed
this
to
is the
be,
first
so
real
let's
mission
finish
to
by
where you
folks,
actually
okay?
get to fully control your character besides just shooting.
Okay.
And so as we progress through this mission, you will notice Adam and Lugo are practically no help. So I'm just going to be bolting through. I've already found all the intel, so I will not be grabbing any intel. So if you're wanting a guide, I could easily make a guide video, but there's already hundreds, if not thousands, already out there. So
I don't need
there's no point in me making one at this point, mainly with how old this game is. But this is still one of my favorite games. I think this is like my top 5. Just because it has a great story, it feels pretty decent to play with. The only complaint I have is when you first fire it up on PC, the jump and mount is shift and the sprint is space. I'm not a big fan of that, but that was pretty easy to fix. And I'm glad that they allow you to do that, but I think I would like it to be the other way around initially anyway, because I think a lot of people play like that. I don't know a whole lot of people that would prefer space over shift for running.
What the fuck are
But
we doing here?
as far as I know, the console doesn't have that problem.
Taking his side now.
So the beginning's pretty slow because it wouldn't allow you to run. So it's just going to be a lot of walking around until the actual combat begins.
Ruggedly handsome Delta
But,
operators such as ourselves.
Think of it as a paid vacation.
Well, for future reference, I prefer my beaches with a 3-to-1 sexy lady dead body ratio.
Lugo, do you ever actually hear the shit coming out of your mouth?
I do find Lugo's humor to be pretty funny because it's kind of my humor. It's the sarcastic, smart-ass humor. So throughout this playthrough, I'll probably add, you know, a few jokes in there that may be a little smart-ass remark, but now we just gotta wait for the AI to approach the mission objective so we can progress. I'm already over where I need to be, so I just gotta wait for these guys to move over,
Any idea who?
No, not a fucking
which
clue.
it seems like they don't want to do right now.
God damn it. Walker, you better come see this.
Oh, fuck.
That's putting it lightly.
Body looks fresh.
It is. Even worse, he's 33rd.
Who did this?
Probably the same people been ghosting us.
That doesn't answer the question.
Don't worry. I think we're about to find out. My name is Captain Martin Walker. We're looking for survivors.
Why? So you can...
I don't want to hear you talk. Let's get going. So you can either wait for them to finish talking, or you could just instantly kill them like that.
They're refugees.
I normally just kind of
Survivors of the storm.
deal with it the way I did because, you know, there's no point in trying
What's
to
your radio command? Give 'em a
reason with them because they're going to start shooting
Be
at
my
you either way.
guest. I'm sure they'll stop shooting so you can make a phone call.
And so now we're going to progress, and we're just going to simply use the most cover we can, just because of the damage that they deal and how little health it feels like you have in this. Mainly with the fact that, you know, your two AIs are
Gotta reload.
practically just walking pin cushions that just
On your
die
left.
every 3
More coming
seconds.
over the dune. I'll lay down suppressing fire. You run.
And so I will abuse that later because I would rather them die versus me.
We're in position. On it. Got it. Moving to clear. Neutralized. Tango down. Come on.
And so we're going to keep progressing. And then I think that was the other complaint I had, was that the vaulting doesn't feel very fluid at times, because you accidentally rush too fast or something, and then it would just sit there and instantly prompt you to mount into the cover.
Yes, sir.
But I really wish that they would make a second Spec Ops Online. But most of the developers went out, or the main developers, I should say, which is kind of sad, because this is such a great game. I would recommend, if you haven't played this game, to play it, because it's just an outstanding story. It hits you right in the feels. You'll play it more slow. You might rush through it on the lower difficulties and just kind of skip the cutscenes. But if you actually pay attention to the story, if you're more of a story player, it is such a beautiful story. That's kind of why I'm leaving most of the cinematics in here, and then just rushing through the gameplay, or as fast as I can anyway, because of the fact that, you know, you take 2 bullets and you're dead.
Thought we were rescuing people. The hell was that?
I'm picking up a distress call.
Patch it through.
33rd Dispatch, this is Alpha Patrol. We're under attack. Repeat, the insurgents have us surrounded. Request immediate assistance. Shit! Markson's down! We need backup!
Lugo, distance.
About 100 yards away.
Let's move.
Heads up!
So then we just gotta push this turret, which, if you are playing on the harder difficulty, you gotta be very strategical about this, because if you just saw, I just pretty much got nailed instantly, because they're not gonna peek, because, you know, they're scaredy boys.
Flank that turret and take it out.
And so, as we push this, there's a couple things you can do.
We can't hit him.
Obviously, you don't have grenades
You
yet.
flank him. Swapping
You can
mags.
instantly start shooting now, but since I'm playing on the harder difficulty, I want to use the option of explosion,
On the shack.
because who doesn't love a good explosion every now and again? And so now this is the part where you can either kind of wait for them to push up and help you out, or you could be big brain and just kill everyone,
This way.
which I went for the latter.
Mayday! Mayday! This is Alpha Patrol, requesting immediate assistance. Is anyone out there?
Alpha, if you can hear me, we're approaching your position.
Oh, fuck. Thank fucking Christ. I think Markson's dead.
Are you hurt? Is anyone else with you?
There's 4 of us. We're okay, but we're running out of ammo. Can't keep them back for much longer.
Okay, stay cool. We're almost there.
What do we got?
Our guys are pinned down in the
So
fuselage.
here I'm trying to equip my suppressor, but you can't do it until you reach about the crest of this dune here,
Might want to equip silences.
because
Good call. Take 'em
they
out
have a
before
certain timing for every ability, and so I equipped it on both of them, but you don't have to. You can easily just do one.
Target down. Target eliminated. Keep moving. Keep a low profile. Sleep tight.
Which now we're just going to use cover to cover and just press this plane to help out our troops.
Enemy in sight.
And then I mainly like using the pistol because for some reason it feels a little more accurate than the M4,
Reloading.
but that's just a personal opinion. And so I'm gonna just keep picking at them from afar, using my cover as best as I can, and then I'll slowly move up as the enemies thin out.
Shotgunner.
Which, as soon as I saw the rocket, I switched instantly because no bueno. And so I was trying to get a cheesy little pick at the guys that were running out, but I totally used the wrong cover, and I should have been more to the right, and then you could easily hit them as they're running out. Versus what I'm going to have to do now is slowly push on them
Oh shit, we got more
and hit
coming
them that
from the
way.
rear of the plane.
So I'm trying to see if I could find them, but I couldn't see the one in the back until just now.
Enemy down!
Which I was trying to vault for a couple of seconds there, and then I realized you can't vault over that one. It's just a little too large of an object, I guess.
Hey, over here! Damn it! Open fire! Enemy down! Changing position! Got one!
And then on this plane, it's actually fairly easy, but for some reason, like, one of the guys just like pixel peeked me and instantly snapped my head, and I didn't understand it. I still don't understand it. I even watched it back. Couldn't even see him, couldn't do anything about him, and it was just weird. But if you are having problems spotting people, what I would recommend is just hold whatever your command key is, and then just sit there and abuse that, like you see me doing here. Because then it will highlight them, and you'll easily be able just to peck them. Otherwise, what you'll have them do is they'll just nade them or sit there and press them for you, and you don't even have to worry about it. So that's going to be your easiest strat on running FUBAR. But obviously, as the difficulty increases, and at certain times you'll be by yourself, it's just kind of, you'll have to figure out how to spot them without them there. But
check your aim!
Again, it's fairly easy, and I totally forgot that they ran out on the wing of the plane for some reason.
Shit.
And then on this, I went to go for the stun command, but it never prompted me. And so I did a bait peek, so that way I could figure that slow-mo way easier.
You're gonna have to talk fast, boss. He's fading.
We're here to help. Just stay with me, all right?
Forgive me. They took McPherson. You gotta find him.
We will, but I need you to tell me where they took him.
They took him to the nest.
Nest, all right, good. And what about Conrad? Is he still alive? God damn it. Lugo, mark the bodies on tack. Adams, check outside for tracks. I want to know what the hell is going on in this city.
Got multiple tracks headed north.
Then we follow him.
Not to argue, but this ain't exactly within our mission parameters.
Yeah, well, our mission went from recon to rescue the minute we found U.S. soldiers butchered.
Bucking orders. I like it.
Orders ain't worth following if it means leaving people to die, Lugo. Conrad's still alive. I think he is. I know he'd agree with me.
Tracks end here. Guess this is the nest.
Yeah, it's quaint. Very post-apocalyptic.
Just don't get cocky. Remember, these guys already took out
Alright,
4
now we're on the
soldiers
second
and
mission. And with this, what I like to do is kind of cheat a little bit. I kind of know right where the enemies are going to spawn just because of how much game time I have in this game. So what I'll do is I'll have one of them take it, and then if you butcher this shot, the other one's there to clean it up for you. So you don't have to worry about too much of 100% hitting the target, but just be ready just in case. And then I haven't actually figured out how to stealthily kill this guy 100% because he just eats so many rounds. I don't know why, but every time it feels like he just can, you know, go berserk and just eat 100 rounds. So normally what I'll do is I'll just kind of keep cover to cover, just because of how many people are going to pop here. Obviously, if it's a lower difficulty, you can kind of be a little more braver than this, but I'm about to just start grenade spamming just to clear them out a little bit and give me cover to push. I was waiting to see if anyone else would come up, and then top off my rifle, and then now I'm gonna start pushing. And then I'm gonna instantly mount up on cover and just start the grenade spam all over again.
We got grenades. Let's use them.
Just because this is the fastest and easiest way of clearing all these guys out.
Got one. Hey, you guys hear music?
And once I feel it's safe, I'll pop this cover, and then I'll start utilizing more cover.
Target's getting antsy.
And then, again, these two are just utterly useless at this point. I just kind of given up hope on having them help me. So that's why I'm playing a little more defensively rather than a little more aggressive. I would naturally be a way more aggressive player in this, but with them being pretty much more of spectators at this point than actual, like, you know, combatants, there's just no way to do it, meaning on this hard of a difficulty.
Eyes wide. They're getting close.
And with this, you can easily kill all of these people, but you gotta be careful with how you do it because of how quick the time to death is. So, I'm gonna wait till my health regens a little bit, and then I'm gonna search for ammo real quick. And then we're going to move downstairs and start pressing. Again, I have all the intel for every mission, so...
It's just in. An unwarranted assault on the 33rd today means, you guessed it, an end to the ceasefire. All insurgents wishing to surrender, please report to your nearest outpost for processing. We now return to our regularly scheduled broadcast. Here we go.
Let me go on record and say this shit just got weird.
Fuck weird. This is out of control. Not only do they got people here, they got a fucking DJ.
And with this being said, there is a guy right around this corner. And you'll see as soon as we hit the corner I'm talking about. And you could either let him go, which you'll end up killing him in a little bit anyway, or you can kill him before he even hits there and gets to his friends. But either way, you're going to end up putting him down, so I normally just do it before he even has a chance to fight back. Naturally, I'll let Lugo and Adams take that guy out, just because of how quick he is to turn, so they naded him. And then, at this point, I'll just kind of play really defensive, sitting in cover, picking off who I can from a distance.
Heads up! Tango trying to move! Shit, these guys are
I ran out of ammo for my M4, so I had to switch to my sidearm, and now I'm just going to really play even more defensively, just picking off the more distance foes. And then I'm going to shatter this glass, just so that way as they're pushing up, I don't have to worry about them. Which I think I got one guy, so not a total loss.
Concentrate fire! Got it! Taking him out! Okay! Got him! Heads up! Tango trying to move!
Alright, now I'm going to grab the ammo, which I have full grenades. Top off my rifle and then push on downward. And then I forgot that there's going to be enemies spawning. And then I saw them, so I was rushing to cover.
One down!
Reloading.
And so this upcoming part, if you are playing on a harder difficulty, good luck. That's all I can say, because this just always takes me forever. Just because of the fact that it feels like they practically are doing nothing to help you in any shape, way, or form. And it's up to pretty much you just to kill everyone.
Fucking Christ! Move! It's a fucking ambush! Take cover!
So I figure it's the best way to do this is sit there and use this barricade as best as you can. I hold the left side first, clear everyone that's pushing that way. Otherwise you're just going to get weirdly pushed and instantly sniped from the left. And I'll focus on that, and then as they push on the right side, I'll occasionally glance over there, over by Adams and Lugo, and instantly put pressure on the people mounting up there, I'll just randomly, sporadically do it, and then I'll just kind of pick off the stragglers as I see them. Which, with this right here, I would recommend picking up that SCAR just because of how easy it is to use the grenade launcher and clear out a lot of enemies. Which, at this point, I would recommend just keeping your head down and play really defensive, because even on the lower difficulties, there's just so many people that you're kind of death on this mission, which is practically insane. You die almost as soon as you peek up. So I just do quick peeks with the grenade launcher. Just throw random grenades at people just to buy my time. And then I'll sit there and I'll aim a little higher because that seems to be the best part to aim at. And then top off my rifle again. Spray down the 2 guys, and then we're on to the 3rd mission.
Adams, Lugo, sound off.
Down here.
You okay?
I said ow, didn't I?
We're fine.
Good. Back on your feet then.
So,
I want to know where we
the
are.
funny story about this mission is actually I died 3 times here. Once was because Adam and Lugo weren't providing any fire support at all.
Anyone see a way
They were
out of
practically just sitting there. And then the second one was Lugo stepped in front of my camera, and so I couldn't see any enemy behind him. And all I could see was Lugo's thick body right in my camera, and that's all I could see. And so I figured out one of the best strategies for this is just break all these windows closest to you, because otherwise what they'll do is they'll just shoot them out and then instantly just be able to spray you down from the top. And I don't know why, but at one point I'll mark an enemy and you'll see them start pushing them. I'm not 100% why they did that. If it works, I guess, right? So now I'm just going to hold this staircase and just kind of peek it as best as I can. Which, I think the reason that they pushed him was because he was kind of behind cover. But as they're pushing and putting fire suppression on that other side, I'm just going to hold that other side mainly, watch it, provide a little support for them, because who cares about them. In which one of them ended up going down, and I just kind of let them use it, and I didn't realize that one person got past them and almost up in my face. Instantly mowed him down, and then now we're going to progress to the next part. I was kind of waiting for another additional pop down because of the fact that we haven't completed the mission yet. And then we're going to clean up the room. Someone was spraying from the top. I marked him because I wasn't about ready to cheat just because of how low my health got. And then he ended up running away, and then he died or something. I don't fully understand what happened with him, but he just ran.
I don't think so. Listen.
Something's going on up there.
Which now we just gotta wait for Adams to break the door. And every time I see that, I just think Lugo does not make it because he's like on top of that C4 the last you see him, and then instantly he's okay. So I don't fully understand that.
Anyone else feel like we should try talking to these guys again? I mean, we did come here to save them.
So I ended up dying here because there was a guy camping the bottom of a ledge that you gotta jump into for the elevator shaft, and he one-tapped me like it was Call of Duty. And then the other time was because I got cheap shot in the sandstorm.
You hear that?
So
Someone's coming.
Quick, hide. Dropping C4? What were you thinking?
They were dug in, sir. We didn't have many options.
You're lucky this whole place didn't collapse. Where's the soldier? The one we took from the plane?
Downstairs, sir.
Is he being guarded?
At all times.
Good. I think I'll go say hi.
Agent custody him. Wait.
What?
He won't talk, sir.
He'll talk to me.
Walker, that guy was American.
Yeah, I noticed.
Why are the locals taking orders from an American? Why's he got a hard on for the 33rd?
I have no idea. Shit. Ask him yourself.
They're still alive. Take care of them.
And every time I see that guy with the shotgun, I always think it's Nico Bellic from GTA 4. So, I don't know how they got it to look like him, but it sort of looks like it to me. And so I just wait for this guy to break the glass, and then I'll instantly snipe him with the AK. And then I figured out the easiest way to kill the turret. That's going to be holding the angle here, and just to take a grenade and pop it from there. Wait for it, and then you can instantly push. And then what I'll end up doing is I'll do the crouch turret techniques where you just hide. And then I figured out you can easily hold this angle, and you can kill about a good quarter of them. Sometimes one or two might slip past, but normally you can hold this for a pretty good short time, and you'll end up killing a lot of people just from this one angle. Because they just blindly push into it because they need to get out of the sandstorm. Which I'll see a couple of them crawling or rolling around, so I'll put a couple rounds at them.
Eliminated!
I couldn't figure out who they were shooting at first, and then as I was pushing up, instantly one ran in.
And stay down!
And then I saw the other one out of the corner of my eye. Kind of waiting for him to push in, but I think they ended up taking him out. Which then I'll go look for ammo again. Also, as this game is coming, or this gameplay is coming to a close, if you want to see me playing live on this, I do stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Central to about 10 p.m. Central. And then Saturdays is kind of iffy because I'll work sometimes on Saturdays, so it will either be from noon Central Standard Time to whenever, or from roughly around 4-ish Central Standard Time. And then also with YouTube, I'll do normally Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, but sometimes I'm really bad at it because of everyday life. But I am trying to keep it a consistent schedule, so those are roughly my schedules. Which I'll leave a link to everything, so if you want to get notifications on anything from Twitter to Instagram to YouTube, you can like, subscribe, and then also I'll leave links so you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook if you wish.
The difference between a soldier going home alive. Let's be careful, gentlemen. We're not alone.